Of Waqfs. She is the chairperson of various government welfare boards. Respected principal and faculties and my dear trainees, Vanakkam. I am honored to be here today in this venerable institution, Sri Shankarlal Sundarabai Shashun Jain College for Women, for a panel discussion on draft National Education Policy, that is NEP 2019. I am grateful for the trust bestowed on me by the esteemed management members, Secretary Sri S. Abaya, Sri Maljain, Associate Secretary Sri R. Ashok Kumar Mehta, Principal Dr. S. Padmavati, Vice Principal Dr. S. Rukmani, the panelists and the guest of honor, Mr. Jyoti Venkateshwaran, who are here for the discussion. Sri Shankarlal Sundarbai Shashun Jain College for Women, with Go Beyond as its motto. This young city college, based in the heart of Chennai, has been imparting quality education with latest innovations backed by state-of-art technology. The college has been identified as Center of Excellence in Retail and Center of Excellence in Media, Entertainment and Communication, and Art and Culture through Sector Skill Council by National Skill Development Corporation, with the ambition to realize the dream of making Tamil Nadu the Still Bank of the World by 2023, which is the vision of our beloved late Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Dr. Purachchi Thalavi Amma Avargal. As you all aware of, the Committee for Draft National Education Policy submitted its report on May 31st, 2019. The report proposes an education policy which seeks to address the challenges of access, equity, quality, affordability, and accountability faced by the current education system. The draft policy paves way for reforms at all levels of education, from school to higher education levels. As we all know, the new education policy provides for reforms at all levels of education, from school to higher education level. The new approach under this policy is to increase the focus on early childhood care, reform the current exam system, strengthen teacher training, and to restructure the education regulatory framework. It envisions an India-centered education system that contributes directly to transforming our nation sustainably into an equitable and vibrant knowledge society by providing high-quality education to all. The National Education Commission, created for the program, will increase public investment in education, strengthen the use of technology, and increase focus on vocational and adult education, among others. The Government of India would like to bring out a national education policy to meet changing and challenging dynamics of the population's requirement with regards to quality education, innovation, research, development, aiming to make India a knowledge superpower by equipping its students with the necessary skill and knowledge, and to eliminate the shortage of manpower in science and technology, academics and industry. One of the main objectives of the new education policy is to eliminate the shortage of manpower is addressed by Labour and Employment Department of our state that I monitor as its minister, under the able guidance of our Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. The new education policy raises concern about vocational training and career guidance. The Department of Employment and Training, with a holistic view, has been working on various avenues to improve the employability of the youth of Tamil Nadu by rendering them career guidance through employment officers, vocational training through industrial training institutes and industrial schools, and skill training through Tamil Nadu Skill Development Corporation. The educated youth are to be given proper career guidance to get employment opportunities. The employment wing of our department caters this purpose. The Department of Employment and Training has set up coaching centers in 10 arts and science universities or colleges for conducting free coaching classes to appear in UPSC, TNPSC, SSC and IBPS examinations for the economical weaker section of students who are studying in these colleges and universities. Every year, the government of Tamil Nadu is sanctioning rupees 50 lakh per annum, which is being distributed at the rate of rupees 5 lakh per university or college as it may be. To cater to the needs of manpower in the industries, long-term skill training is provided to the youth through 89 government ITIs and 476 private ITIs, which are governed and managed by the department. New government ITIs have been started in 28 unserved areas at the cost of rupees 159.08 crore. 15 new trades which are in high demand among the youth and industries have been started in 50 existing government ITIs at the cost of rupees 67.94 crore. Particularly, placement tie-up has also been provided under this program, and nearly 3,850 students are going to get benefited under this scheme. During the recent budget session 2019-20, our beloved Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu has made announcement for the creation of 5 more training centers to give special trainings to 10,000 engineering graduates with a focus to increase their employability and to make them industry ready. For providing quality education to all, especially to the poor, our beloved Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu has allotted a sum of rupees 28,757.62 crore for the development of school education and a sum of rupees 4,584.21 crore for the development of higher education. Government of Tamil Nadu, appreciating the need to develop high-end skill training centers in the main sectors of economy, have accorded administrative sanction for establishing Apex Skill Development Centers in 5 sectors at the cost of rupees 100 crore with the assistance of Japan International Cooperation Agency as a part of Tamil Nadu Investment Promotion Program. Skill training to the youth is the need of the day, and through skill training, only new education policy's goal of elimination of shortage of manpower can be achieved. I feel proud to point out that under the able guidance of our beloved Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, our Labour and Employment Department has its remarkable contribution towards achieving the goal of new education policy. Hence, I take this opportunity to appeal to the youth of our state to take up skill training compulsorily along with their academics. I wish good luck to all of you and hope you have a fruitful discussion here. As you have bestowed on me the greatest honor, I cherish this trust and I acknowledge extending all my help to you in your future endeavors.
Draft National Education Policy 2019 ஆர்கனைஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். இது எதுக்காக பண்ணுறோம் அப்படின்னா, இன்றைய சூழலில் எல்லாமே மாறி வருது. எது மாறி வந்தாலும் அதை எதிர்கொள்கிறதுக்கு கல்விங்கிறது ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஒன்று. அப்போ தரமான கல்வியை கொடுக்கணுன்னா அந்த கல்வி கொள்கைகள் அப்பப்போ சீரமைக்கப்படணும். அந்த வகையில் கவர்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் இந்தியாவும் கவர்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் தமிழ்நாடும் இந்த டிராஃப்ட் நேஷனல் எஜுகேஷன் பாலிசியை கொண்டு வந்திருக்காங்க. அதை பற்றி ஆராய்ஞ்சு அதில் இருக்கிற நல்ல நிறைகளையும் சொல்லி அதில் வேற என்ன ஒரு கல்வியாளராக எங்களுக்கு தேவைப்படுங்கிறதையும் நாங்கள் யோசிச்சு இந்த விஷயத்தை இன்னைக்கு ஒரு பேனல் டிஸ்கஷன் இப்போ பண்ணியிருக்கோம். இதில் நம்மளுடைய மாண்புமிகு லேபர் மற்றும் எம்ப்ளாய்மெண்ட் துறையுடைய அமைச்சர் டாக்டர் நிலோஃபர் அவர்கள் வந்திருந்தாங்க. அவங்க உரையிலையும் தமிழ்நாடு இன்றைக்கு கல்விக்காக எந்த அளவுக்கு முக்கியத்துவம் கொடுத்து எவ்வளோ தொகையை அலாட் பண்ணியிருக்குங்கிறத பற்றியும் சொன்னாங்க. மேலும் எங்களுடைய டைரக்டர் FAC கல்வித்துறை அவர்கள் ஜோதி வெங்கடேஸ்வரன் அவர்களும் அதை பற்றி தான் பேசினார். இன்னைக்கு அண்ணா பல்கலைக்கழகத்திலிருந்தும் VITயிலிருந்தும் வேல்ஸ் பல்கலைக்கழகத்திலிருந்தும் யுனெஸ்கோவிலிருந்தும் பெரிய பேராசிரியர்கள் வந்திருக்கிறார்கள். அவர்கள் வழியாக இந்த பேனல் டிஸ்கஷன் வச்சு அதில் இருக்கிற ஒரு சம்மரியை எடுத்து நாங்கள் தமிழகத்துறைக்கு கொடுக்கலாம்னு இருக்கோம். இதுதான் எங்களுடைய செயல்பாடு. இதனுடைய முக்கிய அம்சம் எங்களுடைய தாளாளர் திரு அபயகுமார் ஸ்ரீமால் ஜெயின் அவர்கள். இந்த நேரத்தில் நான் அவருக்கு நன்றி தெரிவித்துக் கொள்ள ஆசைப்படுகிறேன். மற்றும் அத்துணை மீடியா மக்களுக்கும் செய்தித்துறை மக்களுக்கும் எங்களின் மனமார்ந்த நன்றி. வணக்கம். நான் இந்த கல்லூரியின் முதல்வர் திருமதி பத்மாவதி அவர்கள். நன்றி.